Hey everybody.
It's episode 5.
Attack of the Fifth.
I like that one.
Yo, in this episode, we're going to be talking about black cartoon
It's
characters.
Black History Month, y'all.
Race swapping. Do we need it?
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about that frustration feeling you get. Like that desperation where you feel like you're running out of time because you see everybody else succeeding.
It's artist wife, Midnight.
And writer husband, Neff.
Featuring
MDC. Let's get it.
Yo.
The fuck was in there that?
Yo,
Right?
I can definitely say I'm happy to be here tonight. It is a Thursday night, right? Yeah. 11:26. I got work in the morning, but I'm here with you guys and our fans who's not going to be at this exact moment listening to this yet. Hopefully we'll have live soon. But for now, you know, they're going to be hearing it tomorrow. And we're so happy that you guys are listening.
Yeah, you know, that's dope. The live part scared me.
It sounds like a bingo.
Bingo.
Sounds like a bingo.
Okay.
Like Inglourious Basterds bingo?
Inglourious Basterds.
Sounds like a bingo.
I'm so mad you guys are able to remember lines from movies so well.
I'm so mad that you aren't.
Mainly Quentin Tarantino films.
Yeah, it's pretty. You know, we're going to talk about...
Except for the part when he says nigga.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that
Nigga.
another
This
time.
is like dead nigga storage.
It's like... but let's talk about black characters.
Yes, black cartoon characters.
Yeah, there's a bunch of iconic ones. Neff had showed us a video of where I totally forgot the YouTuber's name. Was talking about iconic, well, I guess they were, iconic black characters from our childhood. You know, from in the 90s, 80s, 90s into the early 2000s. Some of them were some 2000 shows, right?
Yeah. And, you know, the whole thing that sparked this conversation was basically from a video that I showed Anna and still forgot to show Jamal.
What? Well,
Don't you forget about me.
Yeah, so, sorry, it was How to Black. And it was an analysis of cartoon characters by ToonrificTariq.
yes.
Yes. ToonrificTariq.
Oops. I know his name is Tariq, and he does the round table analysis. I watched the Steven Universe's round table analysis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I actually need to finish the season of Steven Universe. But, you know, he brings up some very good points, and I encourage everyone to watch it. I'm going to leave a link and, you know, just probably preview some of his video because it's, like I said, he makes a lot of good points about all the different, ToonrificTariq.
Okay.
He makes a lot of good points about black characters and how it's not really pandering to have them in there. Like, it's a good thing. But you would get different types of black characters, right? You would get like Gerald from Hey Arnold was obviously different from AJ from the Fairly Odd Parents, right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that Gerald, in a sense, was, you know, more blacker, you know, than AJ, because we probably in our lives experienced an AJ and a Gerald, like in the same classroom, and whatnot. And, you know, you kind of have like a lot of cartoons and stuff, or you kind of have a lot of people that, because they're afraid of being, of not being politically correct, to really tread on doing black characters, or, you know, I guess justification without them being stereotypical.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we talked about that with how Final Fantasy has these really dope character designs, but when it comes to them drawing black people, it's like they have like we can rock so many hairstyles, so many fantasy inspired hairstyles, and you don't really see it that much. You don't get, well, no, definitely you don't get that from like Final Fantasy games,
or to be honest, a lot of games, especially when it comes to, we talked about this with Soul Calibur in our first episode. When it comes to black hairstyles and just the representation of just a black character.
And he even like made a one of the people that he had on there had made a mention to that, and they didn't get into that because that's an entire different can of worms.
Yeah.
But focusing on black cartoon characters, what were your favorite black cartoon characters?
I was gonna ask that. Yeah.
Growing up.
So it's interesting because I'm multiracial or biracial. Oh, sorry. And I grew up in an Hispanic neighborhood, understanding the Hispanic community, but not fully understanding the black experience. I didn't get that until my teens, my later teen years, but I still, But as a kid, there were characters that were black that I looked at and I was like, hey, they have something physical that's like me. One of my favorites was Keisha from the Magic School Bus. She was really smart. She loved, she was book smart too. And I grew up reading books like crazy. I wasn't all too book smart. I was more athletic. But her hair was like mine. And as a kid, my hair was unruly. Mom used to try to tame it with perms. Really messed our hair up a lot. And Dad used to just put it in braids because, well, Mom didn't know what to do, but Dad did.
At least he knew that, some protective styles and whatnot.
Yeah, he used to sit there and
to help y'all hair.
Yeah, exactly. And Keisha, when I wore my fro, well, it's not really the fro now, but when I wore my hair in a hair bow, Keisha's hair was all nice and in a hair bow and frizzy. That was the hairstyle I rocked as a kid. So I saw Keisha, who liked books. I mean, the Magic School Bus was also a pretty awesome show.
It was.
It was pretty inclusive.
I can probably say it had one of the best theme songs.
Yeah, I really
Ride
loved
on a Magic School Bus.
I think the Magic School Bus rides again, and I believe Lin-Manuel sings that. I'm not 100%.
I think I don't know if it was Cinema Sins or what's the other one? Honest Trailers.
Oh yeah.
One of them had did Moana, and then he had said because nobody. I think he said no one fanboys harder than Lin-Manuel fans.
Yeah.
Lin-Manuel Miranda fans. And it's
much.
it's pretty true.
Yeah. I love the song. I loved all of the characters. To me, Carlos was another character that I really loved, this is the
Magic
School Bus.
The new one or the old one?
The old one. The new one I like, but I think they replaced there's a new black boy in it, and I don't know how to feel about him, so that's another subject. Yeah, he's biracial.
I thought that you remember. Okay, you remember? I think her name was Phoebe. Y'all remember Phoebe?
Remember Phoebe? She's
She used to be the okay.
Was
NBC is kind of looking at me weird. You have seen Magic School Bus, right?
Man, let me tell you something. It's been actually I will say this. I came across the books more than the show.
Yeah, I did.
So
same here. I did used to get the books a lot.
And this is way back. This is like my early elementary. And I remember when the Magic School Bus came to my school, actually, over in Bunker Hill, D.C.
I'm sorry?
Wait, what?
Yeah, they actually came to my school. It was a school bus, and Miss Miss Frizzle on the bus and all that. What? So the funny thing about this, I was obsessed with, weather and tornadoes around this, right? And one of my favorite... I was young as heck, man. I was exposed to a lot of stuff as a kid. I seen some things,
weather
man,
and tornadoes,
and some stuff.
I remember I told our daughter, our oldest daughter, Jaden, about tornadoes, and she got really freaked out.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I had to deal with that for a while.
People used to accuse me of being in love with tornadoes because I would never shut up about them.
See, I was that way with dinosaurs.
Wow, really? I love dinosaurs, too, but I
really love dinosaurs.
That's awesome.
Because I had the Magic School Bus dinosaur book when they actually, went back to, the different periods and stuff.
See, it's funny because I had the Magic School Bus weather book.
Oh,
and there was one page. You know how books had those pictures where it would take over both pages?
Yeah, I used to love that.
In the center of the book, there was a tornado that took over both pages, and I was obsessed with that book. And I remember when Miss Frizzle, when we had the Magic School Bus at her school, I asked her, I'm like, so, how was that tornado? And she was like, oh, that was an amazing experience. I will never forget that.
That's so sweet. I love
DC
that.
kids got everything.
We really did. We were spoiled as heck.
They were our rivals.
All the way in Alabama?
Bruh, I lived in Alabama for 2 years. I spent most of my time in PG County. Y'all was our rivals because it was they always would tell us how bad we did on the standardized testing.
Ooh.
But it was we always knew we did better than Baltimore County and
Montgomery,
either Baltimore County or the Baltimore City.
Oh man,
because Baltimore is an independent city, so it's like we did better than Baltimore and we did better than DC. That was like the one like thing we had, and I think they meant like a certain part of DC, or I don't know, but
probably Southeast.
Yeah, more than likely.
That's so funny because I can't talk because I didn't do good on any damn test.
But it's like we always couldn't catch up with Montgomery, and then it turned out like years later that Montgomery was actually cheating on those tests.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yes,
because that was around the time I showed up, and it was just like, oh shit.
But yes, I was saying about Phoebe. Phoebe was the one that would always be like, they didn't used to do this back at my school.
Oh yeah,
yes,
yeah.
They changed her for the new one because I think for the old one she was white, but for and if I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. But for the new one, she's Hispanic, right?
Yeah, she's not in this. I think the new one is Dorothy.
No, Dorothy was the white blonde girl.
Well, it sucks because I wish I remember the names well enough. And these pictures aren't giving me pictures with names. You guys suck. I think the new guy's name is Jody.
The images.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I was.
I mean, if you just did
Images. Oh no, I don't know who the. Oh, I think she's the new one.
Yeah, she's the
new one.
Jody. Wait, they brought back Magic School Bus?
Yeah, what? That's why we're talking about.
We were talking about.
Just real. Why? I'm so out of the loop.
Yeah, it's all right. It's on Netflix. I mean, I like it. The kids like it too. They watched all of it.
Okay, this has passed by me. I did hear
you're
about
right.
it on Netflix.
Dorothy Ann. She's the
blonde girl. Yeah.
There's a new guy. See, he's right there.
Like y'all know, I like something when I remember the names.
And I don't know his name. I don't remember it. That kid with the afro.
Yeah, that's the black kid from the old one.
No, it's.
But he didn't have an afro. He had like the hat top. Remember?
Yeah, they didn't.
Yeah, him.
Why did they? Okay, wow, they were just like,
hot top.
Let's make him light skinned
like
with
a hat
the
top. They
fro.
just flat.
Dude, they changed.
Don't make it a hot top. They make it a flat top.
Okay, to be honest, I think Carlos had black hair, and they gave Carlos like light brown hair. So, yeah, because Carlos used to look like this.
Yeah.
And now Carlos looks like, and I loved Carlos as a character. He was one of my favorites.
Carlos.
Yeah, I loved his jokes. I identified with Carlos too, so that's him. So I guess they changed the
still
kind
of looks Hispanic. They just instead of giving him like jet black hair, they made him a brunette.
Yeah, I thought the jet black hair was a better idea.
But you know, I gotta be honest.
Why do they change our characters?
As a kid,
I mean, they gotta update. Damn.
No,
they ain't got to. They just do it.
They'll just be rehashing the same old thing. You gotta
his
make
name
it
is
different.
Tim. Was that
I'm
his
okay
name
with
in
that.
the
The
old
best
one too?
covers are covers that add their own style to it.
I don't know.
Covers
Whoa.
are different.
Okay,
man.
we're gonna talk about that later.
Covers are different.
Let's
man.
go back to black. I don't know how to feel about
Come
that
on,
one.
man.
Okay, so MDC, what was your favorite?
Wait, I had one more.
God dang it.
I had one more because she was biracial, and I knew that growing up, but it wasn't until I hit my late teens that I hit harder. Was Detective Maza, Elisa Maza from Gargoyles.
Yes, Gargoyles. Gargoyles was freaking dope.
I thought that she was Hispanic. I know.
she was cute.
Yes, she was awesome. She was a detective. She was badass.
Wait, you thought she was what?
I thought she was Hispanic and black. I didn't know as a kid that her father was Native American.
Oh.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So she's Native. So Native American and black.
Yeah, her mom is black.
See. Let me tell you something. If you want to know what diversity is, just go back to the 90s.
Go back to the 90s.
Let me point this out. Well, speaking of Native Americans, because you don't see them as much anymore in the media, but back in the 90s, I'm going to just tell you, in freaking Street Fighter movie, you had a Native American playing a Spaniard and one playing a guy from Thailand. Just saying. That's really racist. But at the same time...
Isn't that kind of like race swapping, though?
It's a little bit, but I mean...
Get to this.
Like having Mexicans play...
But I just want to point out how much you saw Native Americans in the 90s. They went from being, often stereotypically tragic characters to being put in roles you wouldn't have expected. You know, you had Wes Studi, who also plays Sadat in Street Fighter, as a detective in the movie Heat in California. You don't see that often.
Those are iconic movies.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I know the names. I'm pretty sure I didn't watch them, but I know the names.
I'm pretty sure you only named 2 movies.
I know those 2 names.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
of the characters of the actor, because you only named one
Heat
actor.
and California
California's a.
No.
That's
Oh,
not a movie.
It was Heat and Street Fighter.
Oh, sorry. I thought the second one, California, was the name of a movie because they do that sometimes. My
you
fault.
said California
Can you tell I
Detective.
don't watch movies?
Yeah. I'm kind of offended.
But yeah, I didn't know. To me, the father. I was a kid, right? I was like 9, 10. I see a half black. I see a black mom with a black brother and a guy that looks Hispanic. And then I think she has a sister that's also Hispanic. I'm probably wrong about that. I think she has a younger sister. And I automatically see a new character that represents me as a kid. I literally didn't think like, oh, she represents me. But what I did do is I took her design.
That's not an odd thought for a child to have.
I took her design and created a character of it. Detective Mazza has blue hair. My character has blue hair.
Midnight.
Yes, Midnight. She has blue hair. Not as the same color blue. I didn't want to copy it off. Midnight used to wear a red jacket. I changed it to a black jacket. She was an independent, strong character that didn't she was cautionary though. She was the voice of reason to the other gargoyles, and Midnight was the intermediate between her friends. At the same time, Midnight kind of grew up to become the rambunctious one because that's who I am. But I looked up to Detective Mazza and I was like, I want to create characters like her. I want to be like her. And it took me a couple of years to realize, oh shoot, I based a character off of her.
Right.
Wow.
Like it wasn't intentional, but you were inspired.
Yeah.
Subconscious.
And
right.
That's dope. Like for a lot of us millennials, we're so inspired from 90s cartoons. Well, 80s and 90s cartoons because we was getting the 80s stuff.
Yeah.
Like a lot of channels.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
So many different channels. It's really hard to figure out.
Oh my
God, what happened?
Bring it back. Bring back the cartoons.
So many. Bring back Spike TV still has cartoons, right?
I don't even know if Spike TV still exists.
Wow.
Yeah, they
honest
don't
with you.
keep most of their good shows. Rest in peace, Deadliest Warrior.
I know FX is
That's
still
gone too.
thing.
Yeah, that's gone.
Wow, that's been gone for years.
That's been, okay, so
Yeah.
MDC.
So I'm about to get a little depressing here.
Oh no.
Yeah, so let me tell you, here's the thing. This is right on our subject matter about representation. I didn't really relate to any of the black characters on cartoons back in the day. In fact,
Were you inspired at least from any?
So no, I would say
And
this.
that's it, everybody. Episode is done.
So here's the thing. Like, okay, so when I say this, do realize I did not really, my identity as a black person kind of came slow over time. Now it wasn't that I was born to a white family or I wasn't even really sheltered. It's just the fact that the things I was into generally mostly featured white people. And every time I saw a black person, they either got killed off or they were a gangster or a thug or whatever stereotype. So I didn't want to identify with that because I wanted to be the freaking hero. I wanted to be the adventurer. I wanted to be the scientist.
The one that lives.
What kind of cartoons were you watching?
Well, I mean, Batman, X-Men, Thundercats.
Wait, Batman was beating up black people?
Well,
Thundercats
no.
was beating up black people?
Well, okay. Do
Yes.
know that I wasn't watching just
Sorry.
cartoons as a kid.
I was thinking, when you said Thundercats beating, I wasn't imagining Thundercats beating up people. I actually never watched Thundercats, so when you said that, I was thinking of SWAT Cats beating up black people.
Oh, okay.
SWAT Cats was badass.
It really was.
Pretty awesome.
Would you realize?
Were there people in it, or was it just all?
It was
It was all
cats.
animals,
It
all
was all
cats.
just cats.
Well, mostly cats. They were the dominants.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Damn.
Well, see, that's another. Do realize I wasn't just watching. I was watching movies too.
I wasn't really watching as a kid,
shows
so.
and so I was exposed to all kinds of movies. I was mainly watching action movies as a little kid and horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
So generally speaking, black people didn't get treated that well. In fact, it's funny. A lot of cartoons that from back in the day that I love so much now, I wasn't really watching back when I was a kid. Like X-Men, I didn't really watch X-Men as a kid, but
X-Men.
I actually want to bring that up next, but
I was afraid of X-Men.
oh, bless
Yeah,
your
like
heart.
I don't know why. Like I remember this was like around the time Power Rangers came out, and they had got like they was about to get their second Zorgs, right? Battle Zorgs. Borgs? No, that's Beetleborgs.
Oh, that's Beetleborgs. Yeah, sorry.
Porgs? No.
Por-
Zoids?
Y'all don't know what
Zords,
porgs
right?
are.
Megazord. Yeah, Zords.
Zoids, right?
No, Zord.
I don't know what
the freaking giant animal robot things.
The mechs.
Sure, why not?
The Liger or whatnot, or
Liger.
Like
what?
You guys talking about Zoids?
No.
I made one.
Damn it.
Talking about Power Rangers.
God. Bionicles. Anyway.
Bruh.
We have a lot from my
freaking
childhood.
Gundams. All right. But yeah, go ahead.
We're making so many people rage right now.
Yeah, I know. We're about to lose.
There's so much from the 90s, though, guys. There's so much.
Sorry. I like Power Rangers. The name is just like escaping me at the moment. But yeah, it was when they got their second ones. And because the first one was dinosaurs. Yeah. Then the second one was like animals. Like the White Ranger, he got Tommy, he got
Saber-tooth Tiger.
No,
he did not.
He got Falcon.
Tiger.
No.
I'm sorry.
Wait, I do remember that.
He got a Falcon. The Yellow Ranger.
Who had a mammoth?
Got a tiger.
Somebody.
Billy.
No, she got
the mammoth.
Because she had the saber-tooth tiger originally.
Right, so she had the bear, and
the Blue Ranger had the wolf.
Billy had the wolf. Yeah. The Black Ranger had the mastodon. Right.
Originally,
but then
he got the frog.
Why?
Yes, it was a fucking frog. That's right.
Because they became ninja.
Yes.
Stop.
What, you don't remember this?
I do. You just guys are dredging up.
It was kind of like they kind of touched on it in the movie too.
Well, that's where it started in the movie.
Yeah, but they also showed it in the.
Yeah, but that came after. Because it was
came after the movie.
I don't know.
I don't know, dude. There's so much from my childhood.
Listen, I only half watched
to
Power
watch
Rangers
to watch the episode though. You had to stay up till 7 p.m. Don't ask me why, but they aired it at 7 p.m. prime time on whatever channel.
Why should they stay up as if like people don't normally stay? Well, kids don't stay up till 7 p.m.
Because it wasn't like my time to have the TV because.
All right,
you know, around 7 p.m. Nick at Night came on, and this was before like Cartoon Network really came on, I think, or before we got Cartoon Network in our area in the DMV. Yeah. So I'm up, watching TV with my mom and whatnot because they're like, stay tuned. So I watched the episode, and then immediately right after that, X-Men came on, and for like, I never really watched it, but for some reason the opening scared the it just scared the fuck out of me. Yeah,
it's pretty dark.
It was like that episode was really dark. Like after
the Sentinels
after
and like the
theme song and whatnot, like it was just dark. People were screaming, and
okay,
dying and stuff, and
really
I was like, Mama, turn it off, Mama, no.
Okay, in fairness, the Sentinels were pretty scary.
Yeah,
they were, bro.
That. A lot of the X-Men shows,
like, a lot of our cartoons were scary.
They're pretty dark.
That's also true.
They're pretty dark.
I'm never going to forget Batman. Yes, I'm never going to forget Batman. And it was like the first part when he went up against Sandman.
Ooh.
That was really freaking scary.
Stop that.
Actually, one of these days, some kind of way, I want to make a list of like the top 5 darkest Batman episodes. Because let me tell y'all something. As an adult, I got the whole series, and there's an episode called Home and Garden about Poison Ivy. All I'm gonna tell you. That episode breached a lot of taboos for a kid's show. And I'm watching that mess like, I cannot believe this is an actual episode on this series. I mean, that whole series got pretty dark. But darn, that episode was dark.
Can I say
someone actually did like an honest trailer. I think they did an honest trailer for the Batman. Like I have to show you guys after this. It's pretty hilarious.
Can I say though, Batman Beyond, I think her name was Mackenzie, the black chick from Batman Beyond.
Oh yeah, she was cute.
She was super cute. Yeah. She was actually one of the first times I'd ever seen a black character with pink hair,
like an alternative.
Yeah, and I was like,
okay.
That was
technically, she wasn't the first time because if we bring up X-Men Evolution, Spike, he was very freaking stereotypical, but he was also alternative.
He was also a throwaway character.
He was rocking the blonde hair. And he's rode a skateboard.
But wait, did that come out before Batman Beyond? Because I could have sworn Batman Beyond was first.
I'm gonna say,
I'm not sure.
Question. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I really feel like
you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't like Spike.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because Spike felt like pandering.
Spike was just annoying.
What? I mean, I thought he was interesting. Because like I said, I really wasn't into X-Men. I didn't get to X-Men until X-Men Evolution. Yeah. To be honest with you. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, this is cool.
I watched the old show.
I was older. I wasn't a bitch.
Hey.
But
sometimes
I did kind of feel like with Spike, like he was always angry and whatnot, and everyone had like that teenage angst and whatnot. You know, Cyclops always had to keep his glasses on.
Rogue was pretty much going through like
her goth emo
everything.
alternative.
I really loved her. Like,
don't touch me.
Yeah, I mean it was pretty tragic too, and well, Storm, Storm.
Was Storm a teenager? I thought she was.
No, she was an adult.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing with Storm back in the day. Okay, let me ignore Ed Smith for a minute, because like I said, I wasn't really into it as a kid. It's something I really learned to love later. And like I said, to be honest, the sad thing is I can't sit here and honestly tell you that I honestly identified with black characters back then. But I will tell you, when I wasn't supposed to, I watched Spawn.
Oh, that's another, yeah.
Spawn was my first comic book. The reason I collect comic books, I always thought Spawn was cool. And it's funny, it's like only later did I really recognize, I'm like, wow, that's really cool. You had this black character that wasn't black.
Stereotypically?
Stereotypically, there was nothing. He was just a guy that was. You know, he was a...
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that Todd McFarlane said, that he could have... Al Simmons could have had easily been a white guy.
Mm-hmm. Which is an interesting thing to say.
He was saying that Al Simmons was basically him. Like, I mean, I want to say he just named it after one of his friends or something.
I know. Well, I know Al Simmons' wife Wanda was named after his wife, and I think his daughter Cyan was named after his daughter Cyan. Yeah.
So then the question has to be sometimes for these white creators, why make him black?
I mean, well, I can tell. I mean,
it wasn't a bad thing. I feel like Spawn was a pretty iconic and really cool character, and there's a lot of other characters that were created by white people or non-black people that are good. Like, here's one of them, just to throw it out there, and I'll let you keep going. Craigie the Creek, one of the new Cartoon Network shows. Well, it's not new anymore, but it's created by two
white guys. Yeah.
Yeah, from the Steven Universe animation
writers
board.
Of Steven Universe. They were writers.
But I love Craig, and I don't feel like he's written by white people.
See, I think it comes down to a lot of things, too, because going down to, like, when you're talking about, like, pandering, one thing I think a lot of white movies are guilty of is that there's always, like, one or a couple of black characters that are clearly created from a white point of view.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and they're not always the worst thing in the world, but clearly you have a black character that's about all they got going for them, that they are that black token. Because I could imagine a lot of black kids who probably grew up in the suburbs were probably the only few black kids amongst all their white friends. And that's where it seems like a lot of, especially in the 80s, a lot of white films portray it as. And then the next worst step down is, all the stereotypes. And that's why black cinema was so important, because you really got to see black people how we really are. And the thing about it's so funny how it's so underrated, like particularly a good example. In fact, I think I want to bring up this documentary that came out years ago, I believe on VH1 or something, called Black in the 80s.
Oh, that's old.
It was a 3-part documentary. One focused on music, the other one focused on film, and the other one focused on TV. And one of the things they pointed out
TV
about...
shows?
Yeah, TV shows.
Oh, okay.
And one of the things they pointed out was a different world, about how diverse those black characters were. They were all black. They very much had a black identity and part of their black ancestry, etc. But they were all very diverse, had their own point of views. You had a black nerd, you had a black hippie, basically.
That's pretty important, too.
Yeah.
And that's something you didn't get into yet black films, but even black films sometimes fall to pandering. A lot of early ones had a message, because
you're right.
You had black filmmakers way back before the 70s. Then the 70s came, you had black exploitation, where most of those films were made by white people, which is a two-way sword. It was on one hand problematic, but it gave a lot of black actors jobs. Then you had the 80s when you had more black filmmakers, and then into the 90s, that's where we got like Boys in the Hood and Men's Society and Hollywood Shuffle, etc., etc. So again, as a kid, a lot of those genres didn't interest me much to begin with. So I kind of missed out on a lot of absorbing a lot of representation as a kid. Because like I said, I was into fantasy, I was into action, I was into sci-fi and horrors. And generally those were dominated by white people.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, okay. You kind of bring up a point, and this might, bring us into kind of like race swapping, but we can always get back into like the cartoons.
Yeah, because I wanted to hear your cartoons.
How do y'all feel about Bebe Kids?
I barely remember it, to tell you the truth.
Okay. I liked Bebe's Kids as a kid because it was funny. And, well, it was funny. And it had a lot of, but I didn't grow up in that experience. But after having moved to here, to Maryland, and then, like, I don't know, and it came on TV one time, and I was like, hey, yo, guys, I'm telling my siblings, Bebe's Kids is on, and it's funny because Dad and them would, like, make fun of us that one of us are, like, some of us are, like, the Bebe's Kids, and then I sat down and watched it, and I'm like, wow, this is kind of, like, a little bit offensive, especially with his two exes or whatever they were.
No, one of them was his ex, and the other one was his ex best friend.
Yeah, and it was really weird.
It was Ratchet. It was Ratchet before Ratchet was Ratchet.
And the whole
before the term Ratchet came to be.
The kids were ratchet too, to be honest.
They were ghetto.
They were.
I loved it though. I loved it, and I watched it. Probably like rewatched it like 2 years ago. And it's like, bruh, like it's really weird, but I still love it because it's like that was one of like the first, if not the first,
of all black cast.
Let me
well, cartoon, right?
Yeah,
animated movie.
Yes,
let me tell you something
animated movie.
About animated movies. I came across this movie from my job a couple of years ago. There was this animated African movie called Kuriku. Don't ask me how to spell it right now. I know the DVD's somewhere in this room somewhere. I ain't gonna look for it.
Wait, you actually own it?
Yes, I showed you it before. You said the baby looked suspect, but
I'm curious what it looks like now.
I don't recall.
Yeah, so basically it's called Kuriku and the Sorceress, and it had a sequel. I didn't watch the sequel, but it's basically, I think it's based on a African fable
legend. I think I know what you're talking about, where the baby like came out the womb walking, and talking or whatnot, and knew what it was. Yeah, I started watching that.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I think here, because I remember seeing like a segment, or like at least a good, because then the, what was it? I don't know if he grew up, but like something was happening in the village, and they were like a warrior or war was something happening. Pretty bad memory too. So
yeah, you do.
I don't want to spoil too much of the movie, but it's a pretty bad memory.
but this came out, I believe, in, because I don't remember when Baby's Kids came out, but this came out, I believe, in '94, and I thought that was so interesting because the anime is pretty. It holds up very well, as a matter of fact.
It has a nice style. I like
it.
And
it's very African, and I was like, darn, this is, now I guess on one hand it probably would have been controversial because it does have nudity because it takes place in an African village, so they don't shy away from the fact that we know women were topless. The main character, the baby, is completely nude.
I'm trying to figure out how to spell Kurta, but
it's something with a K-I something.
Bebe's Kids came out in 1992.
Okay, so that was still first then.
But the one thing that if we find the name of it, we'll put it in there because that was actually really good. I liked it, and it stuck with me, and which I did not know that. Of course, I should have known. Jamal's the one that showed it to me, but you had cartoons in the 80s that had black characters in it, but I can't name off the top of my head. Like I'm thinking of Captain Planet, and that had, of course, a character from every part of the world, and you had Kwame, yeah, and then I started to see, and I believe that was the 80s. I saw other cartoons that had the one black character, maybe two black characters. And it wasn't until after Baby's Kids that I saw more black characters. Like, I'll always give it to Disney for the Proud Family. Like, almost everybody in the Proud Family was black. The two friends weren't, La Cienega and the white chick that I'm pretty sure I know the name of, but I just didn't like her character.
Okay, yeah, I think I remember seeing that. Sorry, Jamal just showed me the cover for that movie.
It came out in '98, by the way.
Oh,
1998. Okay, so yeah, it was definitely after. But the reason I brought up Baby's Kids.
Yeah.
The reason I brought up Baby's Kids is because it kind of reminds me of Trill League by Anthony Piper. Right? Yeah. Actually, just I think like a month or two ago, we received the graphic novel.
Yeah,
for his,
from the Kickstarter, right?
From the Kickstarter, yes.
I really
love
enjoyed.
it.
Yeah.
Like, as an indie artist, his like execution and everything is like
it flows. I really like
it's so professional.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the best quality I've seen so far.
And it's so awesome that he has like experience to back it up too.
Yeah, from a brother.
Like, actually in the field. So.
A lot. I want to say a lot, but you have a bunch of blurs. I guess you can say.
Not everyone likes that term, but I do. I'm a
that
blurred.
Don't care for him. They don't care for him because I don't know if it's more so like they feel like he defiled the sanctity of DC characters.
As if Rule 32 didn't do that already.
By, making these...
that's right?
Yeah, is that right? Go on.
Everything has a porno?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking it was, but I don't know if that's Rule 32 or not.
But yeah, by making ghetto versions of the heroes and whatnot. And it's like, I understand it's a form of satire, but it's like, you can't be mad. I mean, because that's
pretty much the Boondocks.
Well, you can be mad.
Well, not exactly, but...
Well, to an extent. When you look at Riley...
34.
Rule 34. Okay.
Rule 34.
When you look at Riley and when you look at Uncle Ruckus...
Oh.
Those are legitimate black people.
Yeah.
Like, it seems wild, to certain people watching it, but I'm pretty sure we've met a Riley.
Yeah.
I hope we never meet Uncle Ruckus, but I'm pretty sure Uncle Ruckus exists.
Yeah, there was
mindset.
like a chick Uncle Ruckus on some.
What was that, Maury?
Was that Maury?
Yeah, I think it was Maury, yeah.
And the mom was like, I can't believe she's racist. Like, you raised her.
There's a lot of...
Yeah.
There's a lot of self-hating blacks out there.
Remember this.
But
and there's also Dubois.
It's funny.
Dubois.
Oh yeah, with him being
scared of black people.
Scared of black people. I've definitely seen that.
Yeah, definitely. Like, that's why I said it, because you see those characters.
But I feel like you shouldn't be ashamed of it. Like, embrace it, especially as a fellow black man, out there. And I admit, a lot of his comic was funny. I enjoyed it. Yeah. I can't wait to see the next one.
It was diverse.
I
but you know what's
definitely
funny?
support that.
You know what's
the
funny,
second
though?
Kickstarter too when it comes out.
But you know what's funny? You have black people that they hate the hood or the trill or whatever, yet traditional African or alternative black is too weird for them.
Yeah. I'm still looking for an alternative black character, female character. Well, cartoon character, I should say.
Okay.
We haven't.
What?
Can you? Alternative black cartoon character.
Alternative black cartoon character.
Yeah.
Hold it. Now, but this is what I will say. I know on Danny Phantom, you didn't have.
I knew you were thinking about her.
No, not her. Well, what was her race?
She's black. The one that was the bounty hunter against Danny Phantom. Because she's one of my favorites, too.
No, I wasn't thinking about her.
I think her name was Angela.
What I was going to point out was, like, the goth friend that he had on there went to the Gothapalooza, and you saw black goths there. You saw Hispanic goths. I thought that was like, hey.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Didn't the friend try to pull the goth thing?
Tucker?
What would you consider Tucker?
Tucker's a nerd. Yeah, Tucker's a nerd.
But wouldn't that, necessarily speaking, wouldn't a nerd be alternative?
Yeah. But he wasn't. He was rocking a beanie hat too.
See, that's not supposed to be.
I don't know.
But see,
that was something that
but see, that's a really
alternative
muddy territory. Because if nerd is alternative, then it's
AJ isn't alternative. You said is what?
I was gonna say it's hip hop an alternative genre.
Hip hop.
What do you mean?
Okay, so usually when people think of alternative genres, like musically, you put punk, metal, goth, all in that. And I'm like, well, where exactly does hip-hop stand? Because it's not exactly traditional. But it's not always included in alternative genres. And it's like nerd is kind of the same thing because nerd can easily pass as normal in a sense, but it's not.
But nerd then was alternative. Now, he was a techno geek though.
What is your definition of alternative then? Let's get that straight.
So alternative
the black
means,
alternative.
So alternative.
Well,
alternative is different from the norm, right? And so if we go by stereotypes, something that we know that we see stereotypically in media, then that would be hip hop and R&B related with the gangsters and the baggy pants, or the whatever, like the hood style. That's supposedly, for a lot of people, that's the default black person. So an alternative black person would be ones that are not into those things. So if you see like a hood person, and then like the joke would be he like is able to hack computers, but it's like he's still, then you blur the lines of like, well, is he alternative or is he?
See, that is, wow, I never really thought of this until now. That's a really, and I say this because by default, when we use the word alternative to describe like culture and whatnot, like I said, it usually goes into like the more, I'll just say, guitar-oriented scenes. That's the best way I can put it. Like punk, metalhead, goth, even in hippie. It usually goes there. And it's like, well, see, the thing about it is like it gets really deep into culture because it's like when you think of what's alternative to white people and alternative to black people is kind of different.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of things alternative people do, black people kind of do normally. So.
Like what?
Well, when it comes to different hairstyles, because for a long time, us wearing dreads and braids and whatnot was the weirdest, craziest thing.
Were you the one that posted that? That was like non-blacks, dreads and
Wait, was that?
Dreads and brains are ratchet.
Was that the weirdest thing to white people or to other blacks?
Well, I was gonna say to white people, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But hey, certain conservative blacks thought that was kind of weird too.
Yeah.
At a time.
Because it was at a time where it's like before, if you had dreads, you was like considered to be a Rastafarian, right? Or some type of, I guess, I don't want to say hippie.
Yeah, you were a bohemian like in a sense, like someone who didn't follow societal norms. And the societal norm for black people then was perming or straightening your hair or cutting it off.
Really we're going back to like the 60s. Yeah, that was like the norm. Then like the 70s came, braids started to appear. First it was the afro. That was the first thing. Then braids started to sneak in a little, but then in the 80s, braids became more of a thing. In the 90s, it was pretty much normal.
Yeah.
So,
and then it became stereotypical, where to represent a black character, you got to give him braids. There were a lot of movies that had a lot of the black character with the braids.
Can we say this, though? And this was something that definitely bothered me growing up, that alternative does not mean you're an Oreo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because alternative just means your taste differs from
the norm.
Yeah. And the norm is whatever society dictates in this current
culture.
Meta. Culture. Yeah. So right now, having dreads is like the thing. Everyone, there's dreadheads everywhere.
Yeah, and you go downtown, Chinatown, gallery place. You see so many dudes.
They're walking dreads
with dreads
across the seas. There's like questions if as the Koreans and
that's
the K-pops
that's weird
and
in
J-pops,
itself.
It is kind of weird because
I had I've known a couple people, or more than a couple people, from Ghana, and they say it's still kind of weird when they see people with dreads, because over there, fetish priests, I guess voodoo people, they it's a certain tribe that wears dreads.
Yeah.
And that's literally like their culture, or their religion. Like they don't they from the moment that they're born and start having hair, they dread their hair, and they don't like cut it. They just rock it.
Yeah.
And they face discrimination over there. The ones that do, from like getting like a good job and stuff.
And what's funny? That's another thing about. That's kind of a bit of a misinterpretation. That's, African hairstyles are very different. Like like you said, it's a very culturally strong thing where it's like certain people have dreads, but you also have non-braid and non-dread hairstyles that are indigenous to Africa. Some like if you take like natural hair, there was a lot of different hairstyles done with just, like I said, unbraided, that are very interesting that people just don't know about. Really.
Whether it's the twists, whether it's the that one tribe that I liked them before they came on Black Panther. I already had it filed, but that's because you showed it to me. They put the clay in their hair and they mat it down and they have like the puffs at the end of it. Oh yeah, they have like the puffs at the end of it.
Oh yeah, the himba.
Yeah, I love that style because you have these like long locks of hair, and they're not dreads, but they're not braids.
They're actually wigs.
Wow, really?
Yeah, those. That
looks so good.
I'm not going to 100% say all of them are, but for the most part, yeah, those are actually wigs.
I mean, if I love wigs and I love the ability to take off.
So hair. if a person has an issue with women with fake hair in America, just know that there's parts of Africa where it's actually tradition. So deal with it. Now, you don't know Africa.
And that's another issue I want to go back to when it comes to Black cartoons is the African diaspora. Mm-hmm. There are some characters that have touched upon it. And you had mentioned when the Rugrats had did it, and they did Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa, yeah. And it's funny that you bring this up because, we tend to, I won't say that we go off subject, but our conversations tend to just span across so many subjects.
Yes.
And then we kind of have to, round it back to, that main subject. And, I never got a chance to talk about the cartoon that, inspired me.
Right.
Definitely, I would say that was Static Shock.
Yay.
Are we related to Ebon? Just saying.
Ebon was cool. He was a cool villain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Static Shock was dope. I liked it when it came out, and it became cringy. Because I guess growing up, I felt different about being black, about being proud. I mean, just naturally, I just wanted to be a wallflower. Didn't want to stand out, and I felt like once when you had Static Shock episodes where it was about, pro-black, I found that cringy back then. Like at one time, he went to Africa, and I forgot how the line went. But he said something along the lines of he was talking to his friend, his best friend, the white kid. Yeah, I forgot his name, and he was like, it feels cool. I don't feel like people are looking at me, and then he was like, I guess this is how you feel, back at home. Richie, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess this is how you feel back at home. I'm probably, I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
But, that was the lines of it. And I was like, oh, that's so cringy. Oh, why they're, just, that was me back then. Because, I was a dumbass little kid. But.
Stories with lessons.
we really needed that. That was so dope because he met a superhero over there named, that was based off of Anansi.
Yeah, I liked him.
The spider. And, that was so dope.
Oh, yeah, his name was Anansi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And...
yeah, that was cool. And he had that talk with him. It was it's really good to see a hero like you, that there's more. And he's like, well, there's heroes like me every day. The color of my skin. He didn't understand what Static Shock was saying because he didn't live in the culture that is America.
Because I don't know... I might be wrong about this, but I'm not 100% sure if Static Shock was created by Milestone, but or if he was inspired.
It's funny because it's Out of Africa is the episode,
right?
And it came up. I didn't even type
it. Inspired by Milestone or whatever.
Yo, Milestone.
But I didn't realize, how important that was.
You're right.
Because even though I found that cringy, I remember it. You know, I remember it clear as day. And Anna was about to bring up Rugrats, with Susie and their Kwanzaa episode.
Loved Susie.
And I found that cringy back then and whatnot. Because I was like, oh man, like, y'all trying too hard, and whatnot. But it was honestly brave for these people to do that and try to educate us on that, because like in that YouTube video, he started to talk about Proud Family, and Proud Family went hard on like issues, civil rights, on because they did Kwanzaa too, and I'm not sure if they went like more in depth with it than Rugrats, because they actually went through like the entire span of the week.
I don't remember if Rugrats did that.
Yeah, because I think it was just that day.
Yeah.
Right, and they also did, Rugrats also did Hanukkah too.
But Hanukkah was much more expensive.
Like, well, they were Jewish.
Yeah,
so it was like.
Well, yeah, Tommy was Jewish.
Yeah.
So. Well, and his parents too.
His mom was Jewish. His dad wasn't.
Yeah, that's right. The father was Stu Drew. What's the father? Grandpa?
White.
Gramps.
Wow.
He was white. Yeah, basically.
But you don't know that. That
like
just brought us something else, because, I mean, so you had a mixed religion couple in a cartoon. Like, I didn't even know we had that.
Well, I don't know if he was Christian. I just said that he was white.
I mean, but you say he wasn't Jewish, though.
He celebrated Christmas.
See?
Yeah.
I mean,
but you don't really have to be Christian to celebrate Christmas.
Oh, come on. That's a 2000 invention. Hush.
But there were other cartoons around that time, even children's cartoons. One of the ones I remembered about Kwanzaa the most that impacted me and really made me like, hey, Kwanzaa's cool.
Futurama.
Yes, actually, yeah. But no, I was going to say Blue's Clues. Sorry.
Y'all remember that? Wait, Blue's Clues has Kwanzaa?
Yeah, Tyrese was in it. And I know Tyrese is a little bit problematic, but...
What?
Yeah.
Really?
They had, it was...
No, you're thinking of R. Kelly. Tyrese is okay.
I think he's problematic, Tyrese.
No, Tyrese...
He's not problematic,
He is a... I don't know the full detail.
Yeah,
you can't mention him without there being a rock thrown at you.
Yeah, without a little cautionary tape there, just to let y'all know. But
it's Baby Boy. It's Transformers, the army guy.
The
army guy. It was Blue's Clues Big Holiday.
Like the first Transformers, and that was it.
He's the soldier that's not white. So yeah.
That did a Kwanzaa special. I think he had like a purple. Yeah, he had a purple kangaroo. I don't know why kangaroo had to be purple, but whatever.
Hey, wait a minute.
Purple kangaroos are indigenous to Africa.
Yep. Exactly. Right. That. Yeah.
It's a real animal.
Aborigines are black too, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, no. There's actually a story behind it. They are officially black, according to whoever made them officially black.
Okay. Now when you say black, like black how? Like just like black, like we black, or like
African
when I think of black, I think of like
African American, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like muddled kind of.
What?
Muddled sounds horrible.
Muddled? What?
What?
Sorry, never mind. The African American diaspora.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm saying that right either. Diaspora?
Depressing.
I think it's pronounced Diapora.
Sounds like a Dragon Ball Z character name.
It does. We gotta make it.
Deborah. That's why.
Deborah. Yeah, that's yeah.
Have y'all seen the movie?
No.
Okay. Question. Because one of the people on our page.
Thank you everybody for liking our stuff. Commenting.
Yes, thank you.
Really appreciate it.
All 6 posts that we have so far. Oob.
Okay, I'm sorry. Oob.
Black or not?
Oob isn't black.
Who is Oob?
I'm sorry.
He was the.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna get a lot of haters.
Forgive MDC.
This is
been out of the loop.
I thought Oob was Indian.
Reincarnation of Boo.
Yeah.
Hold up. What?
The reincarnation of Kid Boo. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I would say Indian, because wasn't Boo from India?
Well, Majin, they had like the theme of, what was it? Bibbidi boppity.
I'm so sorry.
Bibbidi boppity boo.
And they had the lamp thing. Well, no, it wasn't a lamp, but it was like a locked. Majin Buu was locked away, and the
like
whole
a genie.
thing. Yeah. And he had the genie attire. So my thoughts was Middle Eastern. Yeah.
But I mean, like, dude, what?
Yeah, right?
Yo,
he was
that
locked
is
away.
So true. Oh
and
my goodness.
Bippity, whatever, he was trying to open his father's creation was Majin Buu, and he wanted his father, like, he wasn't that great. So it took like all this stuff for him to be able to summon Majin Buu, and Majin Buu had Middle Eastern. He was a genie. He had the little genie tail on top of his head.
Wow, I never realized that. And then he did it. Well, no,
that's kind of stupid saying the genie tail on top of his head.
It was like everyone on that episode was like rocking like an Indian style.
Yeah, remember like the earrings? I don't know if that's Indian.
Yeah,
but it looked like it.
The shit. Sorry, I'm starting to fade. Trunks and Gogeta turned into
when they became like.
Oh shit! What's the name of their fusion?
Trunks and Gogeta was Gotenks?
Not Gotenks.
You mean you meant what were their names? Goten and Trunks became
Gotenks.
Yeah, Gotenks.
Yeah.
Okay,
and they had they had the ghost form, right?
And
that was kind of like a genie. Yeah.
I thought it was a very Middle Eastern thingy. So when I saw Oob, I was like, oh, cool. He's a Middle Eastern human. Like I didn't sit there and be like,
that makes so much sense. Oob was not black.
I didn't think he was black. I mean, if y'all want to claim
the black people on Dragon Ball Z got blackface.
Oh
wow. Yo, talking about blackface. Do anybody remember the time Capcom did blackface?
Yes, I do.
Capcom.
Go ahead, tell them, Neff. When did they do blackface?
Wait. Capcom?
Capcom, the video game publisher.
You talking about Resident Evil 5?
No.
Oh well, that was another issue though. She was not black.
Devil May Cry 4.
Ooh, I didn't.
Yes, in Devil May Cry 4, they had what's her name?
Her name was Trish.
Trish. They had Trish dress up as a black woman.
It was Trish and Gloria.
What?
Yeah, basically, she came in as Gloria. You saw this really badass.
Like she was undercover.
Yeah, and you look how dark her skin is.
Like, oh man, this is this dope black chick. You showing him, right?
She comes in. You see this really cool black chick. She's
talking
doing
flips,
to you.
Has the
She's
long, sexy Bayonetta legs.
Yeah, she looked hot, and then
way sexier than Bayonetta.
Debatable.
No, it's not.
Okay, well, all right. And then she literally transforms somewhere in the game, and it's like, booyah! I am the whitest bitch, Trish.
Oh
Sorry.
My god!
I felt so betrayed. I was like,
betrayal.
It was kind of disappointing.
It was. Did you just give us a black character and then just reveal to us it's actually a white chick?
Hey, yo,
with blackface? I'm sorry, no matter what you say, that's blackface.
It's me, Dio.
it's kind of how I feel about like every black character on Game of Thrones never gets any good play. I mean, I seriously love Game of Thrones, but when I saw old Zazamel show up in that one city where, okay, y'all don't know what the heck I'm talking about.
Nope.
But I was really disappointed when it turned out to not be, it turned out to be the guy with the faces, and I don't know. I can't say what I'm trying to say for real, but y'all know what I mean if you watch the show.
It's disappointing. It's pretty disappointing.
Yeah, that was
you could have had a black character. And then for Devil May Cry, 5, is that right now?
Yeah, they got Devil May Cry 5 coming out, and like, you know, they could have, like, I'm not saying, like,
you have to.
It has to be a black character, but they had the ability to, like, you know, they release a new character, and it's like, oh, man, is it going to be a person of color? Nope. They literally pulled, you know, goth emo kid
from 2000
from the early 2000s, you know, really into Hot Topic. Show him a picture.
Let me show you the guy. Like, he looks like oh crap, I erased all of it. Devil May Cry.
Man,
like, I saw the trailer for that, and then I saw the trailer for the new Far Cry.
This guy.
And love it. Like, fucking love it.
Far Cry. I'm so excited for that. Like,
I just saw a trailer for that, kind of not really.
Yeah, you should have, because they just put like the second trailer out. Can I get this guy's name? I was gonna be in.
Well, you got a picture of him?
His name is V. Really, his name is V.
Lazy.
And don't get me wrong, his powers seem pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the summoning aspect.
Yeah, but I'm like, he just doesn't look interesting.
Like, we're not asking you to pander, particularly, but it would be nice if the black audience was recognized in, like, we're getting recognition.
I put things like this. This is how I put things. It's like
not even black, just other,
just just POC, like the recognition.
My question is, again, I mean, of course, this is Asia we're talking about, but generally, it's like, why is white the freaking default? That's what it comes down to. Like, you know, why is there
he got some
a
sandals.
default rest? I hate sandals.
got cane and some sandals and no
a
shirt.
cane with sandals. Ugh.
Yeah, he got you got the little chain. You got the chain.
Golly.
You got the wallet chain.
You got a wallet chain.
The wallet chain.
For what?
Like, I saw this budding, blooming thing in the 90s, and one of the biggest things for me was The Matrix. I know no one liked The Matrix, what was it, 2 or 3, when they went to Zion?
Well, basically both of them.
Yeah.
2 and 3.
But I know, but I enjoyed The Matrix. Even, I watched it like a couple years back.
You know, actually, let me tell you, this is what hurts.
Zion blew my mind. It was so awesome.
See, this is what hurts about The Matrix. And I'm going to tell you all this.
I don't know. Zion kind of seemed like it was stanky.
Well, it probably was the end of the world, and wow.
Anderson, in fairness, most of our heroes in movies are probably stinky.
Pretty stinky, yeah.
Just think about Batman running around in that suit.
I feel like it's like the newer Batman suit is like had air cooling.
Maybe. Maybe.
You telling me with all that military grade equipment, he never got Lucius Fox to give him, like, produce a type of deodorant where he just stopped perspiring?
Possibly.
Some things get overlooked.
Make me some soap that will last 2 days.
It'll
clog your pores like crazy, sir.
But you know, speaking of Zion and the Matrix, I want to point out something. I had to rewatch this other movie to really put my judgment on it. But one time in one of the groups I'm in, someone said that Dark City was better than the Matrix, and in fairness, Dark City did come out before The Matrix back in the 90s, and it has a very similar concept. And I have to say, they're probably right to tell you the truth, but here's where it kind of hurts. Dark City is not a very diverse movie. The Matrix series was extremely diverse. You saw a lot of different races in it, and it was really beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about, like, sometimes with diversity. It's like, you know, diversity isn't going to save a bad story. You know, or a weak movie.
It's pretty important.
And you know, just because something's diverse don't make it good.
Yeah.
And I hate to hurt feelings here, but I gotta say, Black Panther was nice, but that third act was some garbage.
Wait, which part? Wait, third act. That was when
the whole climax, basically. You know, the oversaturated CGI and the
rhinos and the taking over. Killmonger was sending off the stuff.
Basically, the to me, I look at the fight.
Yeah, I
the last
wish
fight.
that the last fight was a little bit. I mean, I cried when he, everyone's seen it by now.
I mean, it was still good. It was. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it was a bad movie, but I will say that the third act, I'm like, good lord. And generally, a lot of things, I feel like this. Generally, I could get more into this on the subject of another day. But what I will say, generally, the movie could have been better than it was. I like it. I like it a lot. I do recognize how important it is. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of things in that movie, and I feel like partially it's the fact that it's a part of an expanded universe, so they couldn't get as creative as they probably could have.
Right.
You know.
I mean, you're the film critic. We expect you to see a film for more than just the diversity or like the points. Sorry, I keep doing that. The points of it that like, oh, look, guys. It has black people in it. Yay! Like, there's so much more that goes into it than just throwing black people in a movie. And, it was still amazing, though, to have that representation.
Black Panther was beautiful.
Yeah,
it was a very beautiful movie.
If following, like, the whole timeline with everyone dying and stuff, and if that's still the case in Black Panther 2, I really, really need his sister to take up the mantle,
because that's like, that follows the
you know how you see like so many
shooting
so many actors get buff for a role, like Jake Gyllenhaal with Southpaw, Michael B. Jordan with Creed and whatnot. Like I want to see her get buff to be like the next Black Panther. I think that would be so dope.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like, I don't mean like the buff, like, look, I have a toned belly. No, I'm talking about
Angela Bassett buff.
Yeah, she can like kick ass.
Yeah, like she can pick you up and throw you.
Also, watch Strange Days. It's Angela Bassett's best movie. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh, I like Angela Bassett, so I'll watch it.
You haven't seen it yet?
No.
Me neither.
I'm like, wait, have you?
Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna learn.
Yeah, just so y'all know, like most of the movies that come out that's not recent, like all the older movies we usually know about them because of Jamal.
Yeah, to be like the one he was just talking about with
so many movies I wish he never showed me, but he showed me. But the thing about it is he never tricks me though. And that's one thing that I appreciate about him. He never tricks me and like lied to me like, oh yeah, this movie is about bunnies and you're gonna love it. No.
Like you did with Dream Home.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know what Dream Home was going to be about. I just looked at it.
Mystery suspense.
Yeah, I've read it in the freaking convention paper. We was going to Otakon, right? And I was like, okay, we need something to do. Let's watch this movie. Like, we can just chill, wait for the next panel. We was going to meet up with our friends and whatever. We go inside there, sit down. Damn, pregnant lady gets killed.
Literally, just sitting down.
Violently and very vividly.
Very, very, very. Like,
you should watch that movie.
Yeah, I watched that movie with my eyes
closed. You can't even get upset with me. You actually went out and bought the movie and finished it.
Listen. It hurt initially, okay?
It's going to hurt.
But, I had to accept. I'm like, hey, that's pretty darn ballsy. I want to see the rest of this.
Gave birth, like, before that. Like, wasn't Jaden just... Like, we just had Jaden.
Yeah, I felt really bad.
Yeah. Pretty much PTSD over here.
You wasn't expecting it.
Good thing you didn't see inside.
You know what, though? The Japanese audience, they don't have to worry about if they're being pandered to. Because they are their own audience.
They have their own media. That's what was the controversy with Akira. It was like, the Japanese didn't care. I'm like, yeah, no crap, because they have their own freaking media. It's not the same over here in America for everyone that's not white.
Ghost in the Shell, for Death Note. They don't care. America can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
But Asian Americans had a big problem with it.
Yeah.
And it's something that shouldn't be continuously ignored. Is what they call us the minority, and we're the minority audience. And we don't want to be pandered to. We want quality characters. We want black, diverse characters. We don't want the... I think Total Drama Island had a pretty good idea about black characters. Because I think they had 2. Yes, they had 2. Well, in the first season. I don't know anything about any other ones. But
Are you counting the chef?
They had 3. They had chef... I don't remember the chef's name. They had
His name was definitely not Chef. Wrong cartoon.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm not even talking about
Nice.
They had the big black girl. I loved her character because she was big, she was a little bit loud, but she wasn't
a lot of loud.
But she wasn't ratchet or obnoxious. She actually had one of the guys crushing on her, which I thought was kind of cute.
The geeky.
Yeah, I thought that was cute. And then the big buff black guy. I wish I knew their names. I could look it up.
It did have a stereotypical Russian, though.
Yeah, they gotta have, oh, God, Russian accents.
I hate that accent. Oh, my goodness. Russian accents and, that really heavy New Orleans country accent.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. How you hate the New Orleans? It go down.
Because I've heard it so much.
It's pretty.
Dog it.
The black character, the big black guy, he was buff.
Well,
he was sweet, though. No, not that guy. DJ. This guy. He was really nice. He wasn't I'm a jock, but I'm also I'm not aggressive. I'm not angry.
Also, I'm pretty sure that Chef was based off the chef off a different world. That's my assumption.
Chef was, his name is, what is his name?
Isn't he a preschool
Chef Hatchet
teacher now?
Okay, well, we're not talking about Total Drama Rama, all right? The kids make me watch that. I don't want to.
Yes, we watched that.
His name is Chef
so weird.
Hatchet. And he always reminded me of Samuel L. Jackson, so I always thought that was his character he was going off of. So I was okay with his random outbursts a little bit. Mm-hmm. But he wasn't overly violent. He was just a big looming black guy.
He wore a hockey mask.
Oh, you talking about when they did that one tournament where they went around scaring kids? There's a bunch of other characters on here, and I'm just I don't know who that is. That's another black guy. Lashana. Her name was Lashana, too. How many black characters actually got black names, though? Dijonay was one of the only ones I can actually pull up. Yeah. Yeah. Sticky was another character.
Hold on. Okay, I don't know. I don't remember what Sticky's real name was.
I don't know if he had him.
But, okay, Dijonay was a fucking spice. Like
yeah, Dijon. She had the mustard style hair and whatnot.
Yeah, Dijon mustard and all her siblings, all what 8,
Are
9
you
of
serious?
them, all salt, pepper, fucking garlic junior. Like it was crazy, bro.
I don't even know how to spell her name. Proud.
Dijonnay.
Yeah, Well, it's basically spelled Dijon and then A-Y.
Yeah.
I'm a little
okay,
bit.
so it's not 2 N's, just one?
Just one.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to say that she wasn't.
Because you remember you saw her siblings when they was doing It's Peanut Butter Jelly. You know what? Did Proud Family get sued for
I don't know.
using PB?
It's Disney, so...
So did they actually, what I'm saying, like, did they actually do their homework to at least find out first who made the song? Because you remember when Family Guy did it, when they had Brian come out with the banana suit, the actual creators of the song sued Family Guy.
I never knew that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dead ass.
No, I did not know that. Now, I felt Dijonay was a little bit of a cringy character because of her, like, obsession with Sticky, and it felt a little bit awkward.
That was what made her cringy, not...
Well, and kind of her...
loudness. But that's so... Isn't that so weird? Because it's like us growing up and whatnot. And, like, okay, let's say, you know, that kind of loudness, that kind of ghetto-ness, was usually, like, the people that would probably pick on you, right? Growing up.
Yeah.
And then so when you saw those characters displayed in cartoons, because, you know, we watched cartoons, you know, during our teenage years, we kind of grew up hating those characters. But now that we're older, you know, we kind of love it for showing that different side. Like, you know, we can be smart, we can be cool, we can be ghetto.
I thought Sticky was cool.
We can be ratchet. There's a difference. Sticky was...
He's pretty cool. He was
he was like
a little tech genius,
yeah,
too.
he was.
But he was different than the kid from Danny Phantom.
You know what? And he was different than the kid from Kim Possible. That black kid that was the...
Okay. I don't think he was black.
Hold on. Because that
pause
scared me.
I thought he was Hawaiian.
Oh, okay. You know what? That might be... I mean, he was always in a dark room. I'm going to say that as a defense. Kim Possible...
Anna, cannot tell whether someone is Hawaiian or black
if
they're in a dark room. Okay.
I don't want the cast. I want the
character. Tell me this. The kid with the plank from Ed, and Eddie.
Oh.
Black or no?
No.
I don't know.
No, Wade is black. He's black.
Oh, because his name is Wade?
No. Don't do that to me.
Say, isn't Deathstroke's name Wade? Or Slade?
He's played by black guys.
What?
Deathstroke.
Oh wow, he's actually played by Tia Tamara's, I guess, younger.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, I totally forgot that.
But they're Hawaiian, right? They're not black.
What? If you don't throw yourself out the window. I'm gonna assume because he
window with this one.
Oh, you know what? Another character. So Johnny, the one with the plank, right? I think it's Johnny.
Yeah, white or black.
White.
I mean, sorry, not white or black. I mean, white. Black or yes. Black or no.
Black or no. No, he was...
Or nah.
He was a tan kid outside that just... He didn't even look tan, to be honest.
In fairness,
I didn't think he was black, but I thought he was like a person of color.
And listen,
he looked dingy, but
in
he didn't
fairness,
look like
Eddie was pink.
True.
Huh?
Eddie was pink.
He was
But there's pink kids.
Yeah, so... Wait, what?
What?
There's pink kids?
No, but I mean, Eddie was like... He was a fucking crayon color, all right?
He was a crayon, pickle me pink.
Yeah, so it's like... I mean, clearly... I don't know. Ed was yellow, and Double D was the only normal skin tone out of the three of them. I don't know.
I'm gonna say... No, I don't think so. I think just because a character has like tanned skin makes them. Yeah.
But I don't think he was white. I just think he was ambiguously brown.
Okay, yeah, I suppose that's like that's
a trope, y'all.
Yeah, I want to talk about tropes in another time.
We're gonna touch up on that in our book. Stay tuned.
Oh yeah, we are actually, and
we're writing a book.
Yeah. It's a diversity book. How to draw diversity.
It's a secret, and she just told the secret.
Well, I kind of already talked about it before.
Hey, I didn't say the title and everything.
That's true.
That's not even the actual title of it, right? It's just
working title in progress.
Another character people claim as black, just to talk about it real quick, it goes into the anthropomorphic field, so it's really hard to touch that. Darwin from Gumball. Because his voice actor is black.
Yeah, but I
love that though.
That one artist, I don't know his name or her name.
Their name on Tumblr
their name, yeah.
They do like the actual animation.
They do an animation for
gorgeous.
I want to shout them out.
I wouldn't even know how to find their name.
It's pretty easy on YouTube.
I
definitely want to shout them up and whatnot. But I like that though. I like when they do the anime version of Gumball that they make him black because his voice actor is black.
Yeah, I'm okay with really that. Dope. Yeah, when fans do that, I don't care if it's canonical or not.
Yeah.
I just enjoy when the fans do that. When the fans want to say, "Oh, the voice actor is black, so the character can be black," have fun with that. I enjoy it personally. I think it's cute that, he's a main character of Gumball, and he's a little, little black boy.
There's more black voice actors than there are black characters.
Yeah.
But you know what? There isn't that many
Kratos?
Women black voice actors.
Don't get me started.
They're literally like one thing in that video. He made a good point that like it's literally played by one character,
like 50 iconic characters
from,
or so.
Different world.
Yeah, Cree Summers.
Yeah.
She plays almost every iconic one of those characters.
It should be noted though that a woman does voice both Riley and Huey in the Boondocks.
Yeah, I don't remember her name, and I just saw the name like the other day. Unfortunately, that I don't remember the name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't consider I forgot the whole point of that part. To be honest, that sucks too.
It was literally a tangent.
It was,
and we are running out of time.
Oh no!
And we literally covered one entire part.
Well,
and don't worry, we're going to cover the other parts in part 2 of episode 5.
Oh wow, cool!
The finale of season 1. Actually, I don't know if that's even true. I don't know about anything I'm saying right now.
Oh no!
But hey,
we have seasons.
I think his name is Mike Enel. Is the Gumball animator on YouTube? One of his.
So you looked up him, and you didn't look up the voice actress for Huey and Riley?
Well, I'm on. You said I can do it on YouTube, and it was easy on YouTube. Now I gotta go to Google. Google me, baby.
Google me,
Anybody remember that song?
What?
But I mean,
she made. Teyana Taylor made Google hat with that song.
You remember her? You remember her name, but you don't remember the voice actor?
She just released a song last year with freaking Kanye West.
See, I don't know about any
being
of
happy
this,
and stuff.
And I'm happy I don't.
But black characters, who's y'all favorite? Can y'all, I want to hear in the comments. I won't hear it in the comments, but I would like to read in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we only named a couple that we know, but there's so many more, and definitely shout out to
that's
ToonrificTariq.
definitely not all we know, but
sorry, that's all we named.
So many. There's so many, man.
There's a lot. And there's a lot of them that I look back to now, and I'm like, hey, that character really helped me define this character, or that character really influenced this idea.
And then it was there was characters in certain things, because, we also had a lot of anthropomorphic cartoons.
Yeah.
Whereas, they weren't black. Well,
Piccolo was black.
Regina Hall. Regina King. Dang it, I knew it
Panthro was black.
Yeah, characters where it's you knew they were black.
Motaro was black.
Goliath was black.
Well, he was voiced by a black guy. Yeah. Keith David.
Yeah, dude.
Who also voiced Spawn.
Love Keith. What? Really?
Yeah.
I love Keith. If it's anybody that I could get for one of our characters.
Wanda!
I would keep please.
They are my enemies.
Please stay. We need you for some animations we want to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's a lot of voice actors.
David playing the voice of Andre.
No. Maybe there's a character, I'm pretty sure we can, a really iconic one that doesn't die.
Andre doesn't die?
Yeah, but Andre's 17. Boy, if you don't.
I don't know. I think Keith David has range. I think he can play a 17-year-old.
I would like it.
What do you think, MDC?
Listen, you remember how you kept hit me with the, who could play any freaking role ever?
Who?
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
I would like him to be, he would make a great
Andre.
Zephaniah, Andre's father.
Okay, he would not make, Zephaniah 1 is
Idris Elba, Zephaniah.
Isn't buff, no.
Doesn't have to be
I don't want to see
buff,
Zephaniah with long, wavy hair. That's weird.
What is he talking about?
Zephaniah.
No. I'm talking about voice acting, not play.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like him doing
I meant
like a live action version of Andre.
I'm thinking of animations over here. You're thinking of a live action. Yeah, I'm thinking. Can we animate it first?
How's that supposed to do? Animation at this point, animation is so much more harder to secure than actual
live action. Yeah,
live action. But yo, I want to do that though. I want to be like, I want to make a feature animation film. I want to be the first one to do it.
But
in my family.
Oh, okay. I was like, well,
wait, what you say? First one, someone else is doing
in this house.
I didn't really plan to do an animated.
I mean, I did. Dang, what about me? I'm gonna be the one drawing it, so you got to bring me along.
Okay, what I mean is,
I probably won't be.
I want to do one where it's like, it's not meant for comedy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know how Japan, they have their anime releases? Well, not the comedic ones.
They have anime releases for like everything.
But I mean, like,
Akira?
You mean talking about like film?
like Akira or like Ghost
So
in
you
the
mean
Shell.
like, but you mean like serious cartoons?
But serious, yeah.
Like Batman the Animated Series and X-Men.
But they didn't do movies though.
Well, okay.
Master of the Phantasm.
That was straight to tape.
No,
VHS.
it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It wasn't in no movie theaters.
Yes,
hey
it
guys,
was.
Was it in the movie theaters? I don't remember. But I do want to say that.
Serve fake food. Wait, sorry. Use food. Got my own inside joke, bro.
Featured films with black characters that hit the theaters that isn't particularly. We're black creators, but we don't.
Shit, didn't we kind of lose that with Spideyverse? Damn it.
Yeah, I'm about to say we're not gonna be you'll be the first in your family though, like in our family.
Damn it.
That's irrelevant if no one else in his family is doing it.
He created Spideyverse.
Boy, if you don't throw. We'll get back to this in part 2. I want to definitely talk more about the pandering as like a serious subject because I feel like pandering isn't something that we should underestimate.
Are you okay, MDC?
Yeah, he's dying over here.
Man
Fake
is just
food.
like laughing his ass off.
I feel like pandering isn't something that there's pandering with a negative connotation, and then there's providing, you know? And I feel like
representation.
Yeah, representation. Yeah, and that's pretty much smarter saying than words. English was not first language.
It seriously wasn't. It was Spanish.
Yeah, I spoke Spanish for like 6 years. So. It's my excuse
6
from now on.
6 years, everybody.
But yeah, representation versus pandering, and even black creators.
Revenge of the Six.
If you don't, that sounds better than the. No, I think the 5th sounded.
May the 4th be with you.
All right. Anyway.
Revenge of the 5th.
Yeah, Revenge of the 5th.
That actually sounds. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So,
Resurge of the 6th.
Are we just gonna end it like this?
Yes, we're going to end it. It's the wife-husband duel. Yeah, I'm innovative. I'm different.
And it's artist, wife, writer, husband, artist, wife. I don't know what you did over there. You just massacred the title.
I was pointing at you so you can say your part.
Okay, it's artist, wife, midnight,
and writer, husband. I keep saying "and." I don't mean to say "and." I don't put an "and" in the fucking title. I don't know what's wrong with me.
There is no "and."
Right. Okay. Let's do it again. We'll edit it in post.
Okay, please do, because I don't want it to stay.
If I don't forget.
It's right. It's artist, wife, midnight, y'all.
Writer, husband, Neff.
With featuring MDC. He's dying. So
signing off.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Blah.
And subscribe and like.
Oh yeah. Subscribe, like us, comment, share.
You're not allowed to have
all
any
of that stuff. Facebook, Instagram,
none of y'all.
YouTube, all of that.
Instagram
at the bottom. I said what? I said you schools. All right.
Throw the whole podcast.
Signing off. We love you.
Love ya.